welcome to Patty Knits and Spins. I'm Patty, your host. You can find me on Ravelry as Patty Sand. You can find me on Instagram as Patty Sand 631. I also have a group over in Ravelry, Patty Knits and Spins podcast, so please come and join us. Today is June 6th, 2015, and this is episode 65. On today's show, I have some works in progress. I have finished objects, spinning, purchases, I'll ask a question. I also have the information on our along and some what's been happening the last 2 weeks. So sit back and relax and grab your beverage of choice. I'm still on the water. Your craft of choice, and let's chat. I'm going to put it out there right out in front. I am suffering from a cold. It is a head cold, so my voice is off. I may sniffle a little bit, and I do apologize for that. And I will be drinking more water during the podcast, so sorry about that. I also want to say that I am breaking off the cross stitch and going to do cross stitching only with the tag of floss tube. So if you are not interested in cross stitch, you will see that in the description it'll say floss tube, and if you're not interested in the knitting, it will have episode numbers. So that's how you can differentiate each of those different podcasts. The floss tube I will only do once a month unless I get some stash acquisitions, and then I will throw those in and some interesting tags I might do for that. I do want to do a stash flash for cross stitch because I really haven't done it on this podcast, so maybe in the next week or two I'll do that, but I will be doing those two separately. So yeah, I hope that doesn't interfere with anybody's watching, and I hope that you will still continue to watch either one. And I want to say thank you very much for all of those new subscribers. Since I've been doing the floss tube, my numbers have jumped immensely, so that's kind of why I want to keep it separate. And so if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming in and checking me out, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I appreciate it. The next thing I want to talk about is our along, the fiber optic something wicked spin along, knit along, crochet along, weave along is going from June 1st to August 31st, and I did start it. Here is the colors. So if you remember, I said it could be any of a fiber optic yarns in the Something Wicked, or in any fiber optic yarns, or any color, any yarn or fiber, as long as it has at least 50% of green, black, and purple. And when I really got to looking at this in the light, it is not black, but I will just leave it at that. So it's any 50% or more in the color of a green, black, or purple. So please join in the fun. And up for grabs is a $10 giftable pattern from Ravelry, and if we get a lot of people joining us in, there will be more than one. I will show you the spinning when we get to the spinning part of the podcast. So let's see what else. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. My son is now 28 years old, and that kind of makes me go, yeah, my eldest child turned 28 this week. He moved into a new apartment with him and his wife this weekend, or Friday, in fact. My garage was full of his things. And I still have a couch in my garage, but he wants to sell it, so I guess I'm having a garage sale next week. And yeah, so I'm going to be going through the yarn stash, because I actually, you can't see it, but for those of you who have seen it, I have that big plastic container. I emptied out 3 of the shelves of yarn and actually fit them in here. So yay! I'm going to go through all of my yarn, bag up the stuff I don't want, and put it in the yard sale. And if it doesn't sell, it'll go back in my stash. Unless it's something I really don't want, then I will donate it. We're also going through magazines and books and just all sorts of other things that I need to get rid of in this house that needs to go. It just needs to go. I think that's all I have for blathering, other than the fact that today it's kind of windy out, so I didn't, that's not too bad, so I didn't go outside to podcast. I'm hoping to start doing that soon, though, because it is June and it's nice, but it was rainy this week, but hopefully it won't be when I want to go outside. Okay, enough with the blathering. Let's get on with what's on the needles. Some of these, most of these projects you guys have already seen, and I'm not going to keep showing these week after week unless you want to see them until I get some more done. I am still working on the Gossip Stole by Amanda Williams on size US 3.25. I'm sorry. I am using Mustache Yarns in the Hell of a Skein in that color. And I did get one full repeat done this week, or this last 2 weeks. So it is going along so slowly. So I am not going to keep showing this because it's not growing hardly at all, because I'm bored with what I'm knitting on, and that's a bad thing. So, and it's living in my Jessalou Starry Night TARDIS bag. So it's stitched by Jessalou. And there's the TARDIS. Okay, so I probably will not be showing that project until I've got, you know, a major amount done, because it's just the same. I'll just say I'm still knitting on it. So the other one is the Aileen. Let me pull it up here. The Aileen, sorry about the shake, Stole or Wrap. I should really have these things up and ready to go, right? Right? And I don't. Looking at the project page here, it is the Aileen Wrap, and it is by Tin Can Knits. No, it's by Thea Coleman, sorry. And it will look like this when it is finished. Okay. I am using a size, no, first I'm using Malabrigo worsted in that colorway. You see that? Okay. Oh, no, I guess not. It was upside down. There we go. In that colorway. Sorry about that. And it's tans and browns. I'm using a size 9, 5.5 millimeter. Is that what the size 9 is? I think. It's either 4.5 or 5.5. I think it's a 5.5. So it hasn't grown lengthwise, but I did get the sleeve on. So one sleeve is done, so it'll go on like this. And then I've got start of the other sleeve, which is right here. So my arm will go through there. This, you see, it's not very big. We'll just lay in the front, and then you can like flip it over. I think once I wash and block it, it won't be so stiff, hopefully, and it'll lay nicer. So I figured cold nights when I'm just have the blanket on the lap, I can throw this on with the sleeves and be warm. So sleeve is done. Those are my decreases up the arm. So yay! I did get that much done. Ugh, darn. So, and here's the close-up of the panel here. And this one is boring. And they're both of them are boring. So I won't show this until I have the other sleeve done. And then I can, or I may just say, as if this be a gossip stool, I'm still working on it. So this is in a fat squirrel bag, and it's in a big bag. It's not her, this might be her sweater bag, I think, I can't remember. This one is in a medium-sized bag. And this is the Langfield by Martina Bain. And it is her hat. And this is hand spun. I purchased the fiber at the last sock summit. But there is the fiber company. And it's Superwash Corey, so it must be Superwash Cordell. And the Lannister, I'm not sure what colorway that is. And I got 202 yards. So right now, these I'm knitting on a size 8. And a 5mm. So the 9 is a 5.5. So I am now, if you've seen the pattern, I am working on the first part of the extra stitches. So you start with a triangle. I don't want to give too much of the secret sauce away. So the triangle, and then you do up the sides. So, and here is what it looks like in the ball. I'm really happy with it. It's a lot of fun to knit, and I really like it. And they're fast to do. So that's in a fat squirrel. I think this is the medium, maybe. So I like that a lot. So that is all that I have on the needles. There's something missing. Yes, there is. There's 2 things missing. The first thing I finished my hubby's online socks in the New York color. I used a size 2.75mm, and they are off just a smidge. One is the toe is a little bit, as you see. Oh boy, I guess it's more than a smidge. Oops. Oh well, it'll be all right. It'll be in his shoe, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But this was 64 stitches, 3x1 rib until the top, and then I did a 2x2 rib. I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel on one, and I did a wrap and turn on the other one since I did them incorrectly. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be handing these off to him this evening. So hopefully he will like them. But yay, the socks are done, finally. Yay! And there's no socks on the needles because the hat is easy enough to wear. I don't have to worry about it. And this is what I had left of that ball. The second thing that's off the needles, yay, is the Haley Shaw by Lauren Nelkin. Time for a drink. Out of the Freya. I don't have the tag anymore, but I have another tag over here because I'll just pull it off because I purchased another bottle of it. And it was the Freya Fine Hand Paints in the 75 wool, 25 nylon in the lace weight. And it was in the Mint Julep colorway. I used size 5, 3.75mm. And oh, I just love it. And there's beads. Hopefully you guys can see the beads. But it's not as big as what I thought, but I also didn't hard block it. I have blocked this, I just didn't yank on it, and I guess I need to yank on it to get it to really block out. So, yay! But I really like it. It's so pretty. And I think it's going to be a really, really pretty shawl to, you know, play around with. But anyway, there is the second thing off my needles. Yay! Finished objects. And I started and finished something that you guys have not seen. I made the first of probably many of the Langfield hat out of hand spun. So this is what that red and yellow hat is going to look like when it's finished. I really, really like it. The only thing I didn't like is that you do a 3-needle bind off, and I think it might look better this way. It kind of does. But I have a little bit of a pull on this. I have a little bit of a, you see that on this side, so I don't know if I'm going to use it this way. But isn't it pretty? So pretty. Okay, this was, there we go. Just like that. A nice hat. Love it, love it, love it. This was Into the World Iron Homie. It was the November 2012 color group or club colorway out of Correa. I had 234 yards and I have 70 yards left by weight. So I could see using this for gloves as a colorwork gloves. It'd be so pretty to go with that. So that might be going on the needles in the next couple of months to do like maybe wristers or fingerless gloves to go with that. I like the hat. I like it, I like it, I like it. So I'm gonna keep the hat on for a little bit. And that is my finished objects. 3 finished objects, 3 things on the needles. Yay! Spinning. I finished my 3 Waters Farm. Oops. 3 Waters Farm Late Winter Sunset. And it must be 80-20, or it could be 85-15 Polworth silk. I ended up with 484 yards of a fingering, I would say. Probably a light fingering since it is 4 ounces. But, oh, I'm so happy with this. I'm very, very happy. And this I spun completely on the Hansen. But it turned out so great. I'm getting fairly consistent, so I'm happy about that. That it is more consistent than excuse me, than what it's been using my other wheels. I have more control, I think, with the Hansen than I did with the other wheels. Especially since I have it sitting next to me, really close next to me, and just spinning like that. And that's been working really well for me. And I do like 3 Waters Farms put up and their club, but I did go ahead and cancel that club. And I put myself into a different club, and I won't be getting that club shipment until July. So once that club shipment comes in, I will talk to you guys about that. But there we go. This last week, I put all of the fiber that I still need to spin into my Ravelry pages, and I have 23 bumps of fiber to spin. Yeah, so I have lots of fiber to spin. Oh, actually, I have 3 other ones I didn't put in there. So I have 26 bumps of fiber to spin, plus 2 clubs. I better get busy, right? So the spinning, I started the Something Wicked by Fiber Optic Yarns. And I am still working on the green. But as you see, there we go, how thin it is getting. And this is 2 days worth of spinning, and I think I spun like an hour and a half, I think, total. But yeah, see how thin that is? It's thin, and it is consistent thin, so I'm really happy with that. And I really like this fiber, and I've been pulling it off in chunks because it's a lot easier than trying to keep it in that huge braid. So that's what I've got for my spinning. And purchases, we're on purchases. I've been a very, very bad podcaster this last 2 weeks. Yeah, very bad. I bought another skein of the Freya lace weight, and this color, yeah, I can't even see what that is, so I'll have to look again. Floral Flare. I'm sorry. I think it says Flare. I don't have my glasses, so bad podcaster. But, oh, look at that purple in there. It's orange. That's an orange on the outside. And then it's like a red and fuchsia and like a burgundy. And then just, it gets lighter in the middle. That purple in the middle is a little bit lighter than what you guys are seeing. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. I bought a pattern. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I bought a pattern after I bought that yarn because I was going to start knitting something this week at my local yarn store while I was waiting for my grandmother, but it would have made, I would have had to have cast on, I hate this thing, I would have had to cast on over 300 stitches, and that was not going to work. So yeah, no, not when you're sitting there talking to people. And it was, I had to wait for an hour and a half for her dental appointment. And we were not thinking it was going to be that long, but it was that long. So I bought Guna, G-U-N-A, and it is one that you just keep knitting on until you're finished. So I think it will be great. Pattern for what I want to do with this yarn. So there we go. And it's just something really simple. It's simple, and that's kind of what I wanted also. So here's a, oh, come on. Electronics fail, so there. And I think it's going to be really, really pretty in this. I think she suggests, oh, she says any, this is from June 2015, so it's a brand new one. She suggests any gauge, and you can do from 328 yards to 1,640 yards, and it makes any size. So there is, where is it? This is 75 grams, 645 yards. So I can make a pretty big size thing that I want in that, and hopefully get it for Stash Dash. Then the other things, I will show you my spin along for June after I'm done with the Something Wicked. I signed up for the Knit Girls spin along with the Three Waters Farm, the Honky Tonk in 100% BFL. So I will be throwing this on the wheel as soon as my Something Wicked is done. And it's pretty. I like it. I like it. And I think they said you had until August something to finish this. So if I can finish spinning the Something Wicked in June and spin this in July, it'll be perfect. Then I got my monthly last. This is the last of my colors from Three Waters Farm for the club, and this is called June's Glow, and it is 60 Polworth, 40 Tessa silk, and it's got pink and orange. Oh, I should have said spoiler, but I've had it for 2 weeks, so you guys should already have it if you're going to get it. And on the other side, I really like that pop of, reminds me of orange sherbet. So pretty. And then the green, and then the blue over here. So I really, really like it. I can see spinning this up fairly soon. But I already have 2 things to go, and then I will do that. this away right now. In those plastic bins, I have moved some of my spinning stuff in my plastic bins because that one is completely full. And the last thing I purchased was a sock blank, and I blame the Knit Girls for this. A sock blank from Gail's Art. It is a special secret sock blank. This is 75% superwash merino, 25 nylon, 463 yards in the Rock Star Rainbow. I saw this and I had to have it. I had to have it. Gail did have to contact me and say, I'm so sorry, there was a problem and the one that you purchased is not there. Do you want me to make another one for you, or do you want me to send you back your money? And I said, no ma'am, I want you to make me another one, please, and no worries, because it's no worry. You know, we know that those things happen sometimes. It's no big thing. So I received this on Friday. So it just came in. Yay! But it is so pretty, and I love it so much. I love the stars, so these are definitely going to be socks for me. Yay! So those are all of my purchases. So we are now at the Alaska Fun Fact. So let's see what we have. The question this time is from Waipoha. I should have asked you how you said it because it's a Hawaiian word and I'm really bad at Hawaiian words. Rhonda. This is Rhonda, and Rhonda asked, what are your favorite dishes or food that is made in Alaska? Salmon, crab, king crab. Oh, king crab. I could just eat king crab all the time. King crab with butter and garlic. Yum. Rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb is a really good one. I really, really like strawberry rhubarb. Any salmon dishes with dill, really, really good. Halibut. Oh, deep fried halibut chunks. Yes. Those, yes. Especially when you're getting them right off the boat. Best stuff in the world. Seafood here is really good. You can get it off the boat. Let's see. That's really all I can think of. I know they do sourdough starters, so sourdough pancakes are really good. You know, it's things that you guys eat down there in the lower 48 is really good too. Yeah, but salmon, king crab, halibut. Halibut. Yeah, yummy. So, that's all I have for you this week. That was quite a bit. A lot more than what I thought it was going to be. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the Alaska question. Just go ahead and throw them in there. That's fine. This stitching, like I said before, is going to be broken off into the floss tube category. So I will be doing a floss tube probably, since I'm on a roll, I might go ahead and just do one today also, like I did the last time. But that one will only be once a month unless I want to do a stash flash, which I will do eventually. Don't forget to drop in your finished objects for the along that I have going on. And don't stash is going well since I've finished. I have over 8,000 meters done so far. Since I have the socks done, the shawl done, this hat done, and there was one other thing that I finished up and was able to count that. So my stash totals are doing well. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it though because I'm not knitting as much. Oh, this was the other thing. I'm not knitting as much, but hopefully this spinning and the hats will push me over at least the 3,000 meter mark. But anyway, looking around, I think that's all I have for you this week. And I will see you in 2 weeks, which should be around the 20th of June. Yeah. Like I said, please don't hesitate to ask any questions, comment write to me, whatever. And I hope that you all have a great week, great 2 weeks, and whatever you craft it to your heart's content. See you guys later.